Hi, I'm Jay Rogers, Vice President of Business and Community Development, right here at Delta Community Credit Union. Welcome to Executive Insights, brought to you by Delta Community's Financial Education Center. I'm joined today by Senior Vice President of Remote Delivery Channels, Bill Mesplay, and Chief Information Officer, Tim Mitchell. Bill, Tim, welcome.
Thanks, Jay. Hey, Jay.
Our topic today is digital banking and service technology. Whether it's on their computer or phone, many people have come to depend on digital banking and the convenience and peace of mind it provides. However, there's some members who still may not have taken that digital leap yet, either due to security concerns or just not knowing where to start. So let's talk about how we can improve the process for both groups of people, okay? So Bill, I'll start with you. The number of people adopting online and mobile banking services continues to increase, especially during the last 2 years. We almost didn't have a choice. What are some trends in digital banking that you anticipate could have widespread use within the next 12 months?
Jay, I'd probably start with user experience. So there's always the opportunity to provide additional functionality or capability, but I think in the next 12 to 18 months, we'll really see a focus on simplification of the interface, ease of use, personalization, so creating experiences for one member or user that may be different than another, just based on what they do with us, their relationship, the account types they have, and then also proactively engaging the member, making sure that we're feeding them information on a timely basis that's relevant to them in the way that they manage their lives and their finances.
That would definitely make it a lot easier. And Tim, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, no, and Bill's absolutely right. You know, one of the things that we're always doing is we're taking a look at the marketplace, the technology that's available, looking at our competitors and trying to make sure that our members get that absolute best experience possible when they're interacting with our technology.
So Tim, our members travel the globe 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they expect to do banking on the go. So how can we give them the confidence that they can bank with us anywhere at any time?
Yeah, sure, Jay. You know, what they're expecting is to be, wherever they're traveling, wherever they're doing business, whenever they need access to their accounts, they just expect it to always work. And so one of the things we're always doing is taking a look at how do we make sure that there's that redundancy? Because things go wrong. You have a backhoe that cuts a network cable somewhere, you have a server that has an issue, you have technology that breaks down, and so we're always looking at it and trying to make sure that if this occurs, we've actually got a backup in place so that when they do need access to their accounts, they got it.
Yes. So it's not just us, it's our technology partners as well?
Yes, absolutely. We work very closely with strategic partners, making sure that they have the same high standards that we have as well, and that they have those same redundancies also. And
so Bill, what digital services do you see being utilized most often by our members? Are there some services that they may not be aware of that could really help them manage their personal finances?
Sure, Jay. So what we see them use most often is what you would expect. They're checking their account balances, they're transferring funds, they're checking their transaction activity, paying bills. But touching on one of the things that I think a lot of members may not be aware of is the ability to do text banking. So you can actually send an SMS or text message, get your balances, transfer funds between predetermined accounts. And that can be really useful for users, for members that are maybe in a degraded data area with their cellular service. So it just allows them another avenue to do their banking when they need to.
Yes, I'm sure a lot of people are using their text messaging. Yeah. Yes, did you have anything to add?
Well, it's just providing that extra flexibility, and that's part of what it is, making sure they've got those multiple channels, whether it's ATMs or whether it's our branches or text messaging. Sure.
Yes. Well, I can tell you that after every one of our Financial Education Center workshops, we talk about security quite often. And we poll each one of our attendees who attend the workshops. And so a recent attendee poll revealed that the #1 concern about digital banking was security. And what would you say to someone who is apprehensive about the safety of this service?
Well, Jay, first I'd say that security is paramount in everything we do at Delta Community. When it comes to online digital banking, we really focus on encryption of data, protecting that information as it travels between different devices and computers. the authentication, so making sure that there's methods to profile the device that's attempting to log in to make sure that it's a good device, that it should be attempting to access that account. And then another thing that we do is a lot of member education and awareness. So when you talk about security, there are layers related to that. One of the most important layers is us as users of these services, that we're using best practices. We're creating complex passwords and usernames. We're not sharing our passwords and our one-time passcodes with anyone. Delta community will never ask you for that information, so you need to protect that and change that password periodically. So ultimately, the end user, us, the user of these services, we have a big part to play in that security.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because we know you're doing your part, and I don't know how many times I ask my family members, remember to change your password and come up with a really good, difficult code. So Tim, would you like to add anything else to that?
Yeah, I know, Jay, you mentioned that when we do our educational classes, this is the #1 item that comes up to people. And for us, it's paramount. And it's the top of mind every day to make sure that our members, when they interact with the systems, they feel like they're secure. They're secure today, they're secure tomorrow, they're secure every time they work with those systems. And so we're always looking and making sure that our security's not good, but it's the best. And it's always trying to stay one step ahead and just making sure that we're not one step, but we're multiple steps ahead. So, yeah.
That's excellent. That is excellent. Well, this is my last question for both of you. What is the best piece of financial advice that you've ever received or learned? We'll start with you, Bill.
For me, I think it would just be the power of compounding interest. Invest early, give that time to grow. Don't use that money for daily events. Just let it bake, right? So give it time to grow, and it'll pay dividends down the road and help provide some financial security later in your life.
That is great advice, yes. And you, Tim?
Yeah, for me, it's about setting goals and making plans. You know, whether it's that new car that you want to purchase or that house that you want to buy, or you're planning for your future and your retirement, you know, just set those goals and make plans to achieve them, and that's going to be the best way to succeed.
Definitely. So setting goals and making plans and understanding compounding interest. I'd say those are two great pieces of advice. So thank you all so much for sharing your executive insight for all of our viewers. I know they were able to get some really good tips from you. I know I did. And thank you for viewing this segment of Executive Insights. And if you'd like to learn more information about Delta Community, please visit our website at deltacommunitycu.com. And if you'd like to attend any of our Financial Education Center workshops, visit deltacommunitycu.com/financial education. Thank you.